Wow.
It's full of saddle brims. A big advantage of having, yes, to try a small oblada. Some troopers will be here hunting.
This day is definitely not for offshore fishing, but the moon phase is perfect. I can't miss this chance. The only good thing is that I'm relatively close to the shore and the waves, despite the strong wind, don't have the time to grow big enough. However, I strongly suggest if you are not experienced with strong conditions, avoid them.
Hey guys, welcome to another saltwater safari video. Yay! What am I doing? I came for fishing, of course, or to get drowned. I don't know, because it's super wavy. The predictions for today was saying something like 4x4 north, but it's probably 40 No, it's a full 6. But since I did all this kilometric distance, I had to enter for, and it's not a, it won't be a long fishing. Actually, as we speak, it's 3 o'clock in the midday, almost evening actually. So I'm going to fish until the sundown and see if I can do something. Targets, I would like to have a snapper or a grouper. Of course, it's a season that barracudas are still around. So I'm going to try to get whatever comes to my lure. But it's gonna be hard, guys. I'm gonna dance like a ballet dancer because the wind is really annoying. Thanks God that the Kraken Force by Garmin is super strong electric motor, and it keeps me very, very stable even with such conditions. But still, guys, it's annoying, it's annoying. I will do my best! Haha!
I will start with a barra jerk 21 cm, slow sinking, in blue mackerel color to target for barracudas. But my goal are not the barracudas. The conditions are very strong to allow me to spot the bait fish by sight. But if there are barracudas in the area, it means that also the bait fish are here. And if the bait fish are here, then I know where to go to target something different.
Okay. Whoa, a barracuda. Whoa, so much wind. Come on, Bara. Come here, Bara. Whee! Okay. Nice, barracuda.
As I said, barracudas are not the target today.
That bara was a surprise. It was in the very, very shallows. I tried in the deep nothing, and in the absolute shallows, like 2 meters, boom, bara. Bye-bye, bara. Maybe it was stupid because tonight a bara could be a very good idea. However, we still have time. Let's continue.
Time for cast hacker. This sinking pencil will ignore the wind and the currents and will get in the strike zone of bottom species as I dance on the deck. Bait fish are shallow, so I will stay very shallow and cast behind the drop between the shallows and the deep. I need my lure to look like a bait fish that runs to the shallows for protection. But I will not touch the bottom. A strike occurred on the first animation of Cast Hacker.
Okay.
I retrieved fast to eliminate the slack line. Unfortunately, the fish took advantage of the slack line and got into a hole. This looks like a game over.
It seems that a grouper got me and went to in the rocks. If I'm lucky, it will have a temporary rock and I might take it out. If not, I will lose it and lose also my Cast Hacker. What I have to do now is take with the electric motor, go above and a bit against where the fish is, and then I will have to pull hard. Let's see if this will work.
I managed to pull out the fish from the hole. I will keep the electric motor running towards the deep, so I will lift it away from the rocks.
Whoa!
Then I will use the anchor mode on the motor and leave the fish safely.
Okay. Oh, look, look, look! Oh. In the sponges. Oh, not very well hooked. Ole!
This is an appropriate fish for dinner for my family.
Yeah, with a boat, that's cheating, but that's also a big advantage of having an electric motor and be able to move around. It's that's the whole idea. That's the whole idea. You can save your lure, but most important, you won't leave your lure on a fish. You will take the fish out.
Before some minutes, this sponge was holding hostages both my lure and the fish which ran in a hole. I was very lucky, as most of the times the sponge wins.
I was very lucky because most of the times, actually 9 out of 10 times, they are deep in a hole and you cannot take them out. But that fish probably went to some temporary rock to find a refuge. You can see the sponge that the fish was hooked on. Maybe when it was running to the rocks, the hook grabbed the sponge, so the fish was trapped there. So when I went against and pulled hard, I ripped the sponge, so I got also the fish. So eventually I was lucky. Yeah, lately I'm very lucky.
Since I exposed my presence to the fish, trying to get my lure and the fish back, I killed any chance for another strike here. So I need to move and change spot.
Of course, I have searched all this area with my sonar and I have seen more or less where the drops and the most rocky areas are, so I know where to focus and where to target. I won't lie, it's normal. But this is the hot spot, but maybe we should try a bit more around. Let's go. It's almost afternoon. It's 4:30. The sun slowly starts to go down. And this is a very good moment for groupers. Gold Blotch groupers, super groupers, I love them. Strong fighters and very aggressive. So what I'm doing is I am on a reef. You can see down that I am on a reef, and the depth is 8 meters. It's a rough bottom, and there is the drop. It goes down. The good thing is that there are a bit of currents, not very much, not very strong, but there are, and they come like this from the north. So what I have to do is cast against them. I will cast like that on the drop behind the currents, that as it drops the currents are not very strong behind the wall. I'm very sure that some groupers will be here hunting. What we have to do is try to get some. Also, one more good thing is that the weather started to drop, and this change of the sea surface also is good. So let's try. Since the area is full of saddle brims, obladas, I think it's a good idea to try a small oblada. Gravity runner in the oblada color. Let's see.
For one more time, I will cast towards the deep and bring my lure along the rising rocky bottom, a small saddle brim running to the rocks. The aggressive leap of Gravity Runner will keep the lure low and near the rocks. I allow my lure to get close to the bottom but not touch it. Then I start retrieve. This is a powerful strategy.
Gravity runner never fails. Of course, a grouper. Hello, grouper. Haha. Yes. Ooh. Yes, absolutely yes. Hey, it's normal. It's normal. They can't tell the difference. They are focused to hunt oblada, saddle brims. So a black dot on the tail and a blue, it's more than enough to make them go like crazy. So let's continue.
I already have one good fish for dinner, so I don't intend to keep any other fish.
Woo!
Another cast on the same spot. The incredible structure of the bottom that we have seen earlier on the side view of the sonar must host more fish, as it has lots of holes around. The area close to the spot is relatively smooth, so more fish must be gathered here. It is important to avoid touching the bottom, not only to avoid snags, but also to not worry the fish.
Oh, whoa, whoa! Oh, oh, yes! Yes! Yes!
Another grouper bites the Gravity Runner.
Oh yes! Come here. Don't deny your destiny. Whoopa. Ah. Ho, 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 ho. Ah. Yes.
Another wonderful fish, but I will not keep it.
Seems that as an evening session is not that bad. Ha, 3 groupers, 1 bara. Ha, let's hope we can get some more, but honestly, I'm already okay. Because guys, fishing is fun.
I don't have much time left for successful fishing as the currents are getting stronger, and this will force the groupers to stay very low and almost in the entrance of their holes. I can now feel that the resistance of my lure is bigger, but I will bring it very close to the rocky inclination, risking a snag. I believe that I can get at least one more fish here.
Whoa, whoa! Ah, it's impossible! It's impossible! Whoop, whoop! Come up, come up!
My risk rewarded me this time. Another grouper have attacked Gravity Runner and gave a great strike. After setting the hook properly, I will lift the fish fast to keep it away from the rocks. You have to be always fast with groupers. They might not have an extensive stamina for fighting long periods of time, but for sure, in the first moments, they have enough power to drive your line in the rocks and break it. So extensive attention and super fast reaction are the keys to prevail. But know this, the grouper hunter is doomed to lose fish from time to time. And this is quite normal. You are fishing on very hostile ground with lots of sharp rocks and fish that are perfectly adapted to live, hunt and fight there. I have to release fast this fish before the heat kills it. It might be afternoon, but it's still 37 degrees. As I mentioned earlier, I will not keep any other fish. The first one that I got is already too much. Besides, the Greek law allows only one fish of the grouper family per day. But to be honest, I'm not doing it just for the law.
Guys, it's we have also tomorrow and we have also next year. I think that why keep? Huh? It's fun, it's sport. And also, yes, we keep some to eat because they are delicious. Well, eventually, we'll see. Please, if you agree, comment below this video. Probably there are more fish inside, but I don't want to continue. I really don't want to. That's it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. See you soon. Stay tuned. More videos are going to follow. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for your support. And if you want to support me further, memberships are active on my channel. You can check them up there. And if you are interested, check the different levels and choose what's best for you. Thank you very much. See you soon.